Hello everybody and welcome on board a very hot day on this Gib Sea 262 for a look around her interior in glorious virtual reality. Do excuse me because it's very hot down here, so I will have to mop my brow occasionally. Now this is a virtual reality tour, so that means that all you need to do is click and drag your screen or swipe your screen up, down, left or right. You can look where you like, when you like. And we hope that this amazing new feature will allow you to feel what it's like to be on this boat without being here. How cool is that? Now, if I move the camera, some people are sensitive to that movement, so I will let you know when I'm going to move it, and when the camera's safely back down, I'll tell you and you can return to me for the rest of the tour. But let's hope that doesn't happen. So, what do we think? Well, I mean, for a boat of this size, look at the size of the interior. Let's do the all-important head height test. So, I'm 5'9", so there's probably about 5'11" there, maybe just under 6 feet. Does go down as you go forward, but basically you're only going to go forward to sit down or sleep anyway, so I don't think there's an issue there. But what a place. As you come down the companionway, big lobby here, plenty of seating. We've got a separate cabin behind me, the forward sleeping up there, big windows here and a nice big companionway. What could be better on a boat of this size? Anyway, let's talk about her in a little bit more detail, shall we? Let's start with the companionway, if I just sit myself here. So nice and easy down here. We have handles on either side, and as we get down we've got some handles to grab onto down here before we make our way forwards if we want to. Nice hard fiddle on there, or strong fiddle if we want to go past and shimmy forwards if we wanted. So 1, 2, 3, 4 steps down, nice and easy, nice shallow steps past the shore isolator. If we unlock these two clips here, that gives us easy access to the engine. If I can get it unlocked, there we go. So out it comes, and we can see the front end of the engine to get at it, look at it, watch it working at sea if needed. No worries at all. I'll just put that back, locked back in. There we go, nice and easy. And once we're down here, we can see we've got a really nice floor. We've got bilge access here. There isn't great bilge access on this boat, but it is very, very shallow. That's why we've got such good headroom in here, because the bilge boards or the sole is quite low in the boat, but that's fine. Looks nice, feels nice, and really brings out all the rest of the wood and matches all the kind of quite contemporary coloured bits and pieces we've got down here. Let's talk about the galley. This is where we're going to be cooking. So we have an L-shaped affair here, so we can stand here out of the way of the companionway, but in the way of the after cabin, so something to think about. So we've got 2-burner cooker, we have, a 2-burner stove, a cooker underneath, or an oven underneath for all our roast potatoes, etc. And then here we've got a nice sink, we've got a cool box here, which I don't think is a running fridge, and we have got stowage, plate stowage there, etc. Very nice indeed. And under here, if we take a look, we've got a lovely great big cupboard there for your pots and pans, probably your cleaning gear, etc. And then if we just take a little look up, you can see we've got lovely great big windows here, so while I'm doing my chores, mixing and chopping, I can actually see out there and have a great view of the boat next door, or the nature reserve, or wherever you found yourself. Very nice indeed. If we carry on and look up, you can see the headlining up here looks nice, no problem with that, nice and easily cleaned. 1 or 2 slightly saggy areas, but you know, what's a saggy area between friends? Until you get to this headlining, which unfortunately needs a little bit of work, so you can see we're sagging here and here. There's a big section up here and just up here, so we're quite open about the fact that this boat does need some headlining work, and again we've got some sag here, although it hasn't come right off. Something to think about on this kind of boat. But moving forwards, you are in the saloon. You're on the saloon table, which does have a fold-up leaf, which is off at the moment for just keeping space in this area, stowed in the after cabin. Nice big table, room down each side for 2 or 3 people, room for somebody at this end to sit and eat as well, I think, and I believe it goes up and down as well, so really, really useful. On the starboard side, we've got a nice berth here, not too long, but if we whip this cushion out here, you can see we've got a nice long trotter box there, so your taller friends or relatives can sleep there with their feet in the box there, no worries at all. Nice deep fiddled shelf behind as well, and we can see where the chain plates come through, etc. So really rather nice. And if we move forward from that, we can see we've got a twin berth up front, a V berth, which goes all the way down into the bow. Nice long berth, nice and wide. We've got some dividing curtains there if you want that little bit of privacy, and we've got nice shelves either side that are fiddled also. Now it does go all the way down into a toe, so if you are tall, you're going to be playing for toe space down there, I think, but what's a bit of toe space between friends as well. Carrying on round to the left hand side here, we've got an L-shaped sofa, so this one does come a bit further. That one finishes there, so does that, but then we've got this extended part here as well, so we've got a nice long berth here too. Stowage underneath as well, stowage on the outboard side, and pretty much does what it says it should do on the tin, if that makes sense. Nice. Lots of headroom, feeling great, despite the fact we've got this this window's actually covered up from the light, but we've still got loads of light in here. It's great. So in the port aft corner, we've got the nav station, or cocktail table, whichever you prefer. If we lift it, there is stowage in there. It's in the port aft corner, so we'd probably either be working it like this, or we might be working it by sitting here like this. I think that would be personal preference. Then above that, we've got the TV on it, obviously. Behind that, we've got the electrics panel. We've got quite an old VHF stereo and what looks like an old chart plotter there. Let's hope it all works. Nice fiddled shelf there too. You've got yourself a little bijou nav station there, no worries. Right, let's pick you up for the first time and I will take you to the after cabin. So through this door, let's put you down there. Here we go, we're all together in the after cabin now. If we look around ourselves, we can see nice and wide, very, very long, so loads of room in here. We've got the water tank under here, we've got the shafting, we've got access to the bilge up here, in here, etc. And also, if we want to check the engine underway, probably a little bit safer to do it from here, because we're not taking the companionway out of action, so nobody's going to come down the stairs and find no stairs there. So all we need to do is lift this lid here, and you can see behind there we've got the engine, so no worries at all. We can have a little look at that every hour at sea, I recommend. Obviously, being an aft cabin, it's beneath the cockpit. This is the moulding of the cockpit behind the headlining. So this is down low. We're a smaller boat, so this will be lower. But that results in a compromised space between the cushions and the deckhead there. But you'll only be sleeping in here anyway. If you want to stand up and change, there's room here in this little lobby. If you're lying there, I think there's every chance you could probably sit here and read. If you're lying here, there's a much better chance of that also. And behind me, lovely long fiddled shelf, nice and deep for your bits and pieces. And all importantly, we've got an opening window here and an opening window just above my head, if you can see it. So all in all, for a boat of this size, nice cabin, no problem for a weekend. Okay, let's pick you up again. And we'll exit the cabin, take you to the last compartment, which is the heads, or the toilets. And we'll place you right there so you can have a little look. Now, what a nice compartment this is. Plenty of room. Nice radiuses, so nice and easy to clean. We've got an opening window here, which is great. We have a sink, which is great, and we have a manual head and a hanging locker or something to either hold on to or something to hang your wet fowlies on there. Now, if you're standing here, you'll have a face full of this, but who cares? If you're sitting here, you may have to duck from that, but generally speaking, in boats, most head spaces are a little bit of a compromise, give or take, but I don't think that's too much of a problem on a boat this size. Okay, let's pick you up then, and we'll take you back to the saloon where we'll sum up. I think I summed up at the beginning really by saying that this is a really nice boat. So we've got lots of space down here into a big lobby, lots of seating, a couple of beds and a couple of beds up forward, bit of privacy with the curtains, nice big windows, plenty of head height, nav station, heads and after cabin. That's about it. That's what this boat does. So thanks for watching this tour. If you'd like to see any more boat tours, just go to our YouTube channel. We've got dozens of reviews of all types of boats, from little fishing boats to whacking great big motor cruisers and sports cruisers. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you again next time. Bye.